Hi, chat. How we doing tonight, everyone? Maybe we'll get that slideshow out of my face here in a moment. There we go. Get the camera following me properly. Welcome in, everyone, to a sort of late stream. It's about 8 hours later than I normally start. Hello there, Cosmic. Welcome in, JK. Hello there, Minx. Hey, Zeus. I'm not in bed because I'm gonna start making nachos here. Well, actually, I'm gonna get raided here at the top of the hour, and then we're gonna spend the next 2 hours making some ridiculously awesome nachos. But since we got a little bit until that raid's coming in here, it's a little late to be doing coffee. So we're gonna do something a little different. Yeah, let's go fancy with this. Start with that, but we'll need a little bit of this. Why don't we start with a little lime action here first. Hey, Climb. You see, all the people raiding in will just have to guess what I'm drinking, and I'm not going to tell any of them. I guess drinking out of a Blanton's rocks glass, I probably should have some form of bourbon in there, but I'm just not. Sorry. Thank you for joining me tonight, everyone. Greatly appreciate your company. Cheers! Okay, what can we do to prep ahead of people being here? I guess we can start with, like, the oven's about the only major thing I can think of that I want to do ahead of time. And that drink took me all of 5 minutes. And I took my time with it. So how are we doing, everyone? We all having a lovely Friday or Saturday, depending on where you are. It is still Friday here. It is approaching 9 p.m. here. Yeah. I guess we can peel tomatillos while we're waiting. Actually, I'm really hungry because I didn't really plan for myself anything to eat. I made myself a quick quesadilla, but that was a while ago. Sort of a fun little project when you're only doing a small batch of salsa like I am tonight, but you start getting past, 20, 30 of these, and the resin or whatever it is on these, it gets your hands all sticky and ugh. Squash is like that too. Like, I've dealt with doing cases of butternut squash and just have it coat my hands with whatever chemical that is. It stains your hands and stays stained until you lose, like, those layers of skin on your hands. Not a fan of the grape jelly meatballs, huh? I actually haven't tried that, but I know that's a huge, slow cooker recipe hack. Is doing meatballs in grape jelly. I mean, it's sort of like just the other night when I did the peanut brittle into peanut sauce. It's sugar and it's grapes. They're both gonna be decent. So we can also show this is the real reason that there's a light on my turntable. Just so that if I can flip the button, there we go. I make it look like, I don't know, completely blew out the camera with that light though. Well, you want to add moisture. You can add sugar, which is going to go well with the meatballs. A lot of sauces are just full of sugar. And so it really sort of lines up, like you add some sort of spice in there, or you make it a little bit more savory, and Bob's your uncle. Meat and grape jelly makes a lot more sense to me than meat and grapes. Too much skin. Just too much skin on grapes. Does the music seem louder than usual tonight, chat? Seems like it's almost like voice volume to me. We'll knock it down about 5 decibels. Oh, dad joke. You're so funny. Ha 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 ha. And see everything together here. I got everything I need. Hold on, chat. I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna go to the store. This is actually a red sweet onion, chat. I normally don't see red sweet onions, but apparently the place I was at had them. They had regular red onions too, so it wasn't like they were just calling their red onions sweet. They had regular red onions, and then they had sweet red onions. Got some pretty tomatoes for tonight. I've got them still sealed in the bag because I wanted to gas them as much as possible. Guess that one needs a little bit more. If this was coming from my garden, this would need about 2 to 3 days more waiting. Craggly bottom. I was strongly considering doing wontons for tonight's nachos, and I decided, well, I went with AI chat. I asked not one but 2 different LLMs which would be the better choice for tonight's dinner. Both of them went with tortillas, saying that tortillas are going to be sturdier, while the wontons are perhaps a bit crispier and perhaps a bit visually more stimulating. Yeah, they're not nearly as prevalent, and I don't see them. I honestly don't see them in the organic section very often anymore. Like, there must have been some organic producers that got rid of them, because they used to be in everyone's organic section here. Interesting. What's changing here? Oh. Okay, they guess Twitch didn't like the name of my stream. Yeah. So what else has happened to me today? I got myself a new grease cleaner, although I don't know if it's gonna work, really. It's like a bacon fat cleaner thingy for... I needed a new one because I used to have a nice oil cleaning funnel, and I ditched it a couple of weeks ago because the actual filter part to it, the fine mesh filter, had plasticized to the point that it wasn't really dripping anymore. It was just sitting there. And so I bought that little thing. I might actually just use that for... I don't know if I'm going to use that at all. Because it's just the wrong... Like, it's just a little too small to do what I really want to do with it. And it's a little too large for me to use for just a little bit of bacon fat here and there. Nice. Yeah, they're all the home assistants, they're all discontinuing them anyways. Like, all of them got their staff moved over to whatever AI projects they're working on. There is no one really, like, dedicated to Alexa or anything like that anymore. Actually, I don't know 100% with Apple, but I know Google and Amazon. Which is a shame, because I sort of liked them for a little while there. Then I got a little paranoid with how much I would say in front of them. And I got rid of the one I had in my house. But it was also sort of getting dumber. Like, Google's Assistant has done that over the years, too. I remember, like, a good 10, 15 years ago, Google's Assistant was like when the first Pixels were coming out. I forget how long ago that was, but when the first Pixel phones were coming out, the Google Assistant that was tied to that was like giving you exact routes to your work and back, and knew exactly where you were going, and it was like scary how much they know about you. And I think they had to knock it back because of lawsuits and stuff like that. It's like the whole Furby thing. Was it Furby? The little talking, like, penguin-like thing that got in, like, people got in trouble taking it into the government buildings, whether it was the FBI or the CIA, I forget, or maybe it was the NSA. Because it was technically a recording device, a little kid's toy. But I actually just watched a video not too long ago on making your own home LLM. And I know there's all sorts of smaller ones. There's even smaller ones that you could run on a Raspberry Pi 5. But this was more, you got yourself a decent GTX. That's something I should get on top of. I've just been Sprinklebot. Like, I have so many other side projects that I want to do that I haven't gotten to. Namely, I've wanted to redo my own personal, like, home screen for my web browsers. Like, I already have a pretty customized one in that I have links and stuff set up in a way that you normally wouldn't be able to, but I want, like, my stuff on my opening screen, and I don't want anyone, you know, like, tracking those links. Yeah, it's always sort of interesting where the curve is, or where the Overton window is on the... This is too new, so that we don't have rules for it. And this is old enough that we have 101 rules that seem entirely too restrictive at this point. Let's make sure pork is defrosted down here. Okay. We're good with that too. You see that there's a number of things that have that, like, sliding scale going with it. So, like, you know, now it's okay for everything AI to copy everything, and for a long time it was okay to basically put anything you wanted on, like, a TikTok or a short video. And it's just getting more and more constrictive, like, versus beginning of streaming days, people put anything on. Just sit there, and we still do sort of just sit there and watch TV, but they definitely used to sit there and just watch TV and sports games and fun stuff like that. It's... Why aren't you following me, camera? We're gonna have never mind. Timing wrong. Interesting. I've been dreaming up a new product for a while now, and I don't know if that would work or not. I don't know what got me onto thinking about that. I shouldn't be talking about that on stream, should I? Maybe this is my first, so it shouldn't be this, but... But for the same reason, I also have signs up all over the place here about video recording happening just in case the wrong person wants to walk into my house. You're good, Minx. I told him not to be early because I run ads for the last 3 minutes of my stream, so... Or last 3 minutes of the hour. That's also something that I want to get going. Like, I have cameras set up in my house beyond the ones that you're seeing now, but I want, like, a cohesive system of cameras, not like... Hi, 10. Welcome in. Yeah, if I had pets, the cameras that I have would be irritating me no end because they're motion active. Oh, hey, time for our ads. We come back, we're going to get raided. And we'll actually start cooking. I gotta work on that ad sign. Like, I like the Matrix-like effect for a short period there, but the ad sign, it needs a little work. Excuse me. Hi, Ozzy. You're here just in time to be mod for a whole bunch of people. Oh, I completely understand that, Cosmic. Like, having cameras not in discrete areas, but, I mean, there's a thing for, like, secured, like, short of someone climbing in a window, you can just cover the stairs going upstairs. Hi, Nan Reader. Why the late stream? Or this. We're about to have a bunch of people join us. And so we're doing a late night stream. We're going to be joining a train of streamers. I'm going to be raiding out after 2 hours, whether I'm done with cooking or not. And keep passing on for people for the next 48 plus hours. We're starting late enough that my lava lamp's turning off. But we're making nachos tonight. Oh, I should wait until everyone comes in here. Nice, 6. Yeah, I know it's late. It's considerable. It's considerably later than I'm used to for this, and I actually slept in this morning to help me out with this tonight. Yeah. There we go. Welcome in, Raiders. Hello, I'm Chef JT. We're making nachos tonight. Welcome in, Raiders. How'd the cheesesteak turn out? I hope it turned out amazing. We're gonna get started right off the bat. I got all sorts of stuff I gotta get done during tonight's 2 hours. But for anyone that hasn't seen me before, hello, I'm Jason. I cook here 4 nights a week. I'm basically only a food and drink streamer. Once in a blue moon, I'll do something with Minecraft or something like that. But basically, I do food and drink. I've been recording my streams for a long time now. I've been doing many, many years of streaming. And I started off and still primarily do it in hopes of recording everything and having a record, because I don't remember anything. Now we're getting into the point where we have AI that could actually read through it and tell me how to improve things. So that's the hopes. So I appreciate all of you joining in with me tonight. We got a whole bunch of tomatillos, so I'm going to be roasting some tomatillos here to start. I got the paper wrappings of them cleaned up while I was starting up stream. I'm just going to quarter all of these. We have the never-ending challenge between chocolate and bacon in the channel points. We also have a couple other fun tools there. I used to have camera control, but didn't really get used enough. My stream, you can always type !dinner to get what's going on. We're doing some fancy nachos tonight. It's late night. It's late night food time for me here. I've already got the oven started to 400. I have a half onion in the fridge already, I think. Yeah. So I'm going to be fresh frying tortillas, making fried onions. I'm actually going with AI, chat. I asked 2 different LLMs. Do I go with wontons or do I go with tortillas? Thank you for the follow. And they both sort of unanimously said, go for the regular tortillas, because while the wontons are pretty, maybe a little bit more crispy, they don't have the structural hold. They can't hold as much when you're lifting. Ozzy wanted me to do chicken, but I overrode his desire for barbecue chicken nachos because I broke down a half pig here on stream about a month ago. And so there's a fair amount of pork in the house still to use up. Also gave me an excuse to plug that I did that here on stream. How you doing tonight, Best Up? Alright, so we got onions and tomatillos. We're gonna spray these with a bit of olive oil. I have olive oil in a pump sprayer. It's not fancy, expensive olive oil. We'll hit these all with a bit of salt. And we will get them roasting. I've already got the oven set to 400 degrees. Give them 35 minutes. I pretty much don't trust olive oil to be olive oil unless it's locally produced. I don't trust imported olive oils to be actually olive oil. Actually, especially if there's something expensive. Like, oh, it's just got that slight off flavor because it's premium. And olive oil is notorious as something that they mess up all sorts of ways. Of course, I probably have a lot more options here. I live in Sonoma County, and you have a fair number of people growing olive trees or bushes. They're really trees, but a lot of people grow them like they're bushes. Are right there with the same climate as grapes. And so a lot of the wine producers around here are also producing olive oils. And also, you can get into the vinegars, which work with the olive. What am I chopping all this up for? We are doing pickled onions. That's what we're doing next. We need onions to pickle. Don't need a ton of them though, so I think I'm only going to do about a quarter here. Again, this is I don't know if I mentioned this since the raid came in. This is actually a sweet red onion. Store I bought it from sells red onions, but they also have sweet red onions. Grab some vinegar here. Do the same amount of water as we did of vinegar. Pinch of salt. Shake the sugar. Hey, Tanaloa. Welcome, welcome. Going pretty simple with our pickling liquid for our onions. Do I want to add much else here? Okay, let's do some actual flavor here. Ginger powder. Garlic powder. Dried thyme. For any of you that are unfamiliar with my stream, I do Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday is for my normal streaming schedule. I normally start about 4 hours earlier than I did tonight. For my normal streams, I normally start at 4:30 Pacific, that's 7:30 Eastern. I try to keep things fun. I try to do things a little bit different. I do monthly canned mystery baskets, where chat votes on different cans, then I then have to figure out what is in the cans and what I'm making with them. Every week I have a ingredient challenge where chat votes in Discord, and I have a different ingredient that I have to do sweet and savory on Wednesdays. And the rest of the week I sort of do what I want. Mondays, I tend to keep things a little bit lighter fare, especially since I'm just following up from Sunday. Sunday are typically big end of the week meals if there's going to be one. And Friday is actually a little bit lighter fare, but still weekend dinner. So we got these for this. What else am I using the sweet onion for? We're using this for the fried onions. So these are going to be really thin sliced. Might as well just go straight into flour with them too. Sorry for the fan making a little noise as I walk by with the mic. It's actually quite pleasant in here tonight. Like, I'm used to doing things earlier in the evening, and so the AC's usually running, and all the fans are going heavy, and not so much tonight. Maybe I should stream later on more often. I know it doesn't really work for you East Coasters. Cut the stem out of that. You got any coffee drinkers in stream? How's everyone drink their coffee? I normally start my streams off with coffee, but since it's a bit later in the evening, I skipped that tonight and went for something else to start my stream off with. I don't drink a ton on stream, but I do occasionally feature local wines or mixed drinks. I don't do a ton of beer. I don't do a ton of the other stuff like the sparkling stuff or anything like that. Oh hey, where's my scramble tonight? I have a word scramble, chap. All of the words in my word scramble are somehow related to the food and drink industry. And if you guess them right, you might actually get a hilariously wrong definition for what they are. Didn't read yours as a... Since you did it as a reply, it didn't read yours as... Huh. Well, you're gonna get 10 sprinkles out of that. I'll figure it out at some point. Doing some heavy leaning on the smoked paprika tonight, both in this, and we're going to be using it in with the bechamel later. So we got garlic powder, we got onion powder in there now, we got smoked paprika in there. And lastly, I'm going to do a little chili powder in there. Oh, did I do it backwards? By the way, I have a bot that's not anything anyone else has. Hey, you guessed it right. Don't know my own bot. But I have a bot that tracks users not only here on Twitch, but on YouTube and in Discord. I'm working on making it stronger every day. Hey Megabytes! How'd the sandwich turn out? Alright, we got that done. We got these set, ready to go in here once this ever gets up to temp, starts boiling. Let's make some barbecue sauce. Awesome. Glad it turned out good for you. do some apple cider vinegar. Ketchup. Homemade Dijon mustard. Yeah, made on stream. Potent stuff. Powerful stuff. Do I have that in the fridge too? I guess I do. Yep. Molasses. Oh, it's Hannah. Well, you don't have to enter the game anymore. What happened was, Menekususi? I'm sorry, I can't pronounce that. Did it as a reply, and I think that's what confused the bot. Now you can just enter the word, whatever you think the word is, and it should pick it up if you did it right. But it's got to be just the word. Nothing else. We bubbling back here? Close enough. Adding the onions into that party. Ah, mana. That magical elixir stuff that I spent many, many hours of my life as a child sitting in a video game for. I played EverQuest as a kid. Okay, what else we got to go in here? We got our molasses, we got our mustard and ketchup. We got our... We need some sugar. And then we need some heat. Yeah, the new version of the script checks every chat message in chat. So, healthy dose of chili powder. We're doing chili on Sunday, by the way, folks. I'm going to be doing chili, and I've got a new cast iron muffin tin that I'm going to be using. We'll do cornbread muffins. Garlic powder. Onion powder. Heavy cayenne. Nope. I guess we'll leave it there. So that'll be our barbecue sauce for this fine evening. We'll give this a heat on the stove. Get it to come together. Got another 14-15 minutes on our stuff in the oven. That's looking alright. They're starting to get some light color, that's good. Those are looking fine, that's looking okay. What else did I need to get going here in the first part of this? Mana, Latin for energy, and Suki, moon. Yeah. Let's see here. Where was that? Oh, that's what I forgot in there. We definitely need some Worcestershire in our barbecue sauce. I forgot all the liquidy stuff. Worcestershire. Do a little soy sauce in there too. Heat off on the onions, and we'll just let them sit and pick up flavor. Hey, dinner with Mom. So now we'll get our stuff prepping for our frying. If I can get my giant fry pan out here. That isn't what I wanted. Yeah, there we go. There we go, camera. Get that all together. It's all nicely warmed up, so it shouldn't need to cook too much more. And that's how you have barbecue sauce that doesn't taste like straight sugar. I cannot do purchase, like, some of them have great smoke flavorings to them that are awesome. They're just all full of so much sugar. Did I actually season this? Yeah, I guess I did. I didn't put any pepper in here though, did I? We definitely should add pepper and MSG to everything here. We love MSG on this stream. We love pepper too, but MSG more. Exclamation mark MSG if you want to know why. Oh, enjoy that sandwich, Megabytes. I expected you to be mowing down. That's what I'm gonna be doing when I'm done raiding. I'm gonna be like stuffing my face, and then it'll be late enough. Then it's bedtime for me. But I'll be back here and checking people out all tomorrow. New bottle of oil. Gotta open the safety seal. I buy sunflower oil for my cooking. That's sort of my primary oil in the house. I'll buy whatever's cheapest for frying oil. But typically organic sunflower oil is what I'm using when I'm sauteing, searing things, putting things on the grill. That's what I'm using for my oil. Olive oil I keep in the little pump sprayer, so it's convenient when I want to use it for pump spraying, but I generally only use olive oil for things that I want to taste the olive oil in, like mayo or in vinaigrettes, those sort of things. I mentioned I butchered half a pig on stream about a month ago. So this is pig meat that I ground, primarily actually ham meat from the leg. See if I can't get this out without causing a complete disaster, so that I can season it before it goes in the pan. Really light on the fat with the grind that I ended up with. I was actually sort of frustrated. The butcher that I bought the half pig from took out the leaf lard and a few. I didn't get any kidneys or anything like that, and so I would have really liked some of the leaf lard or just overall it was a really, really lean hog. I would have been happier with a bit more fat on that pig. It was only a 150-pound hog, so... Well, there's probably more than that with the head, but it wasn't a full, 300-pounder. What's everyone else cooking? I know we got several other people here as part of the raid train. What's everyone else doing? Sounds like we've gotten the heavy-duty late-night stoner food covered. We've got nachos and chili and cheese steaks. What else we got? Zoop. Soup I did on Monday was tasty. Black bean pork with kale. That broth turned out mighty. Even with the long cook of the kale in there, it didn't taste like cabbage soup. It was delicious. So I hope your soup is delicious too. I'm doing tomato soup coming up here soon too. Summer veggie risotto. Nice. Super secret dish. Uh-oh. Is there anything left in here? Nope. Time for another one of those. They've been actually, like, it's been probably 2-3 years since I saw the article. But the super fancy restaurants in San Francisco have been bringing that back. They've been doing, like, aspic dishes with, like seafood done very artistically. Like, they're creating, like, a seascape that's suspended in gel. Aspic gets a bad rap. Like, it's not something that I'm, like, all about, oh yeah, I want to eat aspic, but it's also got some, like, it's very classically poured on fancy fine dining platters. Because it shows, if you even touch it, it shows. And so, it's a symbol of it being pristine from how it came out of the kitchen, sort of a thing. It's our timer on our roasted veggies. Yeah, we'll go with those. Got some nice light roast and color on our tomatillos and onions. Let them cool down a bit. Heavy pepper on the pork, along with a whole bunch of chili, cayenne. We want this to have some flavor too. Cayenne. Now going in with the chili. Garlic. Heat off on that. Barbecue sauce. Definitely taste that homemade mustard in that barbecue sauce. That has got a kick. By the way, chat, this is the first time I've made mustard at home, and I made it just the other day. Highly recommend, like, especially if you got a decent blender. Like, traditional way is mortar and pestle. You're gonna break your arm doing that. You can do it, but I'm warning you. You're gonna break your arm doing it. I did it with a stick blender, and I'm still debating if I want to throw that into my Vitamix and give that even further blend. I'm really on edge about it. And for a little different spice, or maybe I commonly refer to it as angry vinegar. Let's add a little Frank's in there too. Ooh, we have another raid? Ooh. Hi, raiders. Welcome, welcome. Whiskey Monster doing their pre-stream stream. Welcome, welcome. Hello, I'm Chef JT. I do food and drink 4 nights a week here, 4:30 Pacific, here on Twitch. Not a whole lot of, like, pretty much straight food content here. I do enjoy a little gaming here and there, but it's either offline or very rarely a little Minecraft or something on stream. Basically offline. I'm working on making barbecue nachos tonight. I've got ground pork, that's what you're staring on the stove right there. We got barbecue sauce and a whole bunch of barbecue seasonings in with that. We got pickled onions, quick pickled onions, chilling up here. Onions ready to fry for onion straws. I've roasted off tomatillos and onion for making some salsa. And we got barbecue sauce. Homemade barbecue sauce with homemade mustard that's looking a bit grainy and rough in there. But that's, yeah. A lot of from scratch cooking here. let's see, what do we gotta get else get going here? Let's finish up our salsas. Start by cleaning up these tomatoes. One of my favorite unitaskers in the entire kitchen. Tomato sharks. Or a melon baller with teeth. Thank you for the follows, everyone. This one's a little... This one needs another day or two. We're going with it anyways, though. This one's ready to go. This one's on the edge of being too far. Pretty, though. Hey, I thought it's morning time for you Australians. I mean, I know it's 2 in the morning for the Brits, but... Actually, no, it's got to be considerably later for that in Europe. I was thinking normal time. Normal time for me, 4 hours earlier than this, is coming home from the bar time in Europe and dinner time for me and locally and breakfast time for Australia. Actually, I have a cheat sheet. I'm not really planning on going to TwitchCon this year. I've been going every other year. But I made this in the previous year. Giving everyone an idea when my stream starts. It's the orange one. Ooh, hello Finland. How hot did I get this oil? Hot enough. Okay. So we're doing 2 different salsas here, I think. We're going to do a more regular salsa. And then we'll do the tomatillo. Yeah. So we're going to take a decent handful of each of these to go with the tomatillo. Rest of this goes there. Nice kitchen view. Did you have a good shift tonight? I was gonna just blitz all of this up, but I think I'm gonna debating just leaving it whole. Nice. That's... well... the busy nights are great because they go by quick. But they also take... They give you a beating. You feel it. You want that happy medium where it's busy and went quick, but you're not hurting. Or do you prefer it when it's dead? Or when it's absolutely maxed out? Usually the only people that are all about it being maxed out all the time are the ones worried about the sales. Are you taking part in the Raid Train Kitchen View, or was it not lining up with your schedule? By the way, chat, you'll break glass bottles every once in a while using it. Best jar opener known to man. Like this thing, you get it locked onto a top, and you pull, and it just tightens. So if it's not moving, it's tightening. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be the last one of these after this one already seems to be somewhat of a success. Could have used one more person signing up But, hey. And I'm cheating instead of buying jalapenos separately and just using pickled jalapenos in my salsas. It's about the most cheaty I get. Lime juice. Oh, we go to ads, and I not notice? Has it been an hour? I run ads for the last 3 minutes of the hour, chat. It's all set up in the bot. I don't even hardly notice anymore. Not trying to make the salsa super hot. We can add other heat if we want to. I just don't want them to be without any heat whatsoever. I once ate a habanero in high school, and I think my science teacher thought I was going to die. I was hugely into hot stuff when I was in like high school, just out of high school. Had like cabinet full of hot sauces. I don't know, my mom may still have them. And it's just not really my thing anymore. Like, hot stuff every once in a while, it's awesome, but not in everything, not all the time. Like, you see those people that get heavy into the heat, and it's almost like straight alcoholism. Like, they get to this point where they need heat and things just to even taste things, because the regular taste buds are just fried. It's onion in this one. Let's use your already cut up here. Cilantro. How you doing, chat? You enjoying the stream? Anything new to report? How's your weekend? So we got Tomatillo salsa and regular heirloom tomato salsa. Sauce making time. Nice. We got a bunch of Forza players in here. I wish I had time to play. Like, for me, it's a mental thing, and it's been a sort of mental thing since I started working in the culinary world. I just can't, like, I get into a game or start a game. I can't even start a game, but if I were to start a game, I would get 5 minutes into it, have some sort of setback, even minor thing, and be like, I could be doing this, that, or that instead. Why am I playing a video game? Even though I deserve, you know, entertainment, relaxation time in my life, my brain just sits there and says, no. So we're making a roux on the stove here, over on the left-hand side of the stove. We got a bunch of butter in there, and then a bunch of flour to go with that. We'll steal the spoon that we used for the pork, get that all well mixed together. We got a fair amount of butter in here, so I'm not going to get a proper roux combo. A proper roux looks a bit like wet sand in the pan. We got half and half. I'm going to add some water to this so it doesn't immediately curdle. And stir that. And as it comes to a boil, it's going to thicken up rather impressively. I did dump a ton of liquid in here, so it's not going to thicken as much as I could have. Hey, Dances! Yeah, we're doing a late one tonight. Started 4 hours later than usual. We're doing nachos. Working on making a cheese sauce. We got salsas, we got ground pork with barbecue sauce, homemade barbecue sauce. Onions ready to fry up along with our tortillas. And so, since we made a roux, we're going to want to let this cook through a bit and get rid of that raw flour flavor. So we'll let that, turn that down a little bit and let that just coast for a little while. Salt and pepper and all that good jazz, though. And then we'll just finish it with a bunch of... Oh, I put regular salt in there. Boo! This is supposed to have smoked salt in it. We'll do some smoked paprika in there too. Where am I located? I am in Sonoma County, California. Wine territory. Weird combination of small towns with a whole bunch of microclimates. Like, different parts of the county are completely different temperature-wise, weather-wise. And it's this weird combination of hippies and right-wing farmers, and it's just such an amalgamation. Like, I lived in New York in the past, and that's certainly more of a melting pot, but we have a very interesting melting pot here in Sonoma. Been a lot of fun, and despite living here for almost 2 decades at this point, I still feel like there's stuff that I want to discover and do, and sadly most of it's because I just don't have anyone to do it with. But we got the Russian River coming through the county. We got all sorts of stuff. There's 6 mountains in this county. There's something like 60 miles of coastline. It's a beautiful county. It's quickly getting overpopulated. Instant ramen flavors. That's an interesting one. We're actually having La Tortilla, which is the company I'm using for my tortillas tonight. La Tortilla Factory is a Sonoma County business that is, unfortunately, Santa Rosa. Unfortunately, moving to the Midwest for cheaper land. But the reason I bring that up is because the company that's taking over their factory space is an instant ramen company. So we're now going to be having US made instant ramen. But flavor-wise of ramen, do we get to include the prison ramens or just US general public ramen? You realize there's special flavors just for prison, right? So we got that going. How are we looking on our oil? We got to keep rolling here. We only got 45 minutes left for me to wrap this up. I was just flowing with Dance with the Felines, who was asking chat what their favorite ramen was. I was just taking it and rolling with it. My understanding, Mana, is the ones that are typically found in U.S. prisons, not available in the U.S., are really some of the more like U.S. comforting flavors. And they're trying to sell ramen. So like they're like things like I would guess like mac and cheese and stuff like that, where it's something they would want, but doesn't really make sense when you're trying to sell ramen. Thank you for the follow. Trying to get to 1,750 followers here. We're getting close. Gonna do another giveaway when we get that. You may notice Sprinkles being mentioned in chat. SprinkleBot, which is my bot that controls everything between Twitch, YouTube, Discord, everything else, keeps track of sprinkles for everyone. And you can use those. They're based entirely off of participation and attendance. No donating money in order to get sprinkles. And so I use them for giveaways. So I do gift card giveaways and stuff like that when we get the follower goals. Ooh, Master Splits, are you going to do prison food or are you going to do more presidential food? You get another... I have weekly themes too. That's another thing in my channel points chat. If you hang out here long enough, it takes 3, 6, maybe even 9 months in time of collecting sprinkles. But you can spend sprinkles to create a weekly theme for me. We've had some fun ones in the past for that, and Master of Splits has done presidential favorite foods. We've had state fair foods. We've had vegetarian and vegan weeks. I think we've had a seafood week too. How's our oil temp looking? 260, 250, 260. Purdy. Let's chop up some tortillas. Now the question is, thirds? Yeah, let's do 6. Now we have tortilla chips. I wasn't sure how many of these I needed to do. I suspect this is probably enough for my plans this evening. Oven is still on because I intend to use that for curing my chips. Fedoras? Were fedoras all the rage in the 20s? Definitely need something to hide my thinning hair. Thank you, Cammy. So salsa's set, that's set, that's set. We're just waiting on tortillas. A flapper? I don't know. I don't think they make those frilly dresses my size. No one doing the word scramble. And it's not even a super long one like hydrofluorocarbon or something like that. Almost there with the oil. It's getting up there. It's just under 300 right now. For the food geeks out there, something that royally fascinated me when I was in college, and it's because the college had a thing on it, but is the menus and stuff of old trains and the old steamboats. Like, they were the epitome of fine dining cuisine back then, and they're quite fascinating. Like, you look at, like, the Culinary Institute of America has they have like a collection of them. I don't know if they normally show it. They were showing it when I was there, like, I don't know, 30 years ago. They also have a fascinating corkscrew display at Greystone here in Napa County. We'll start in with our first chips of the night. I'm mostly moving them just because I don't want them sticking to each other. And most of you haven't even seen my AFK screen. My AFK screen is like old 60s, 50s, 60s, 70s TV commercials. Most of them are food related. Most of them are highly inappropriate for this day and age. I don't think I'm going to have time to twice fry these tonight. If I were really going all out and had longer than just the 2 hours during our raid train here, I might consider a double fry on these. Instead, I think I'm just going to go a little longer with my initial fry. Oh, Master of Splits, a day and age before dating apps. Does anyone remember Hot or Not? And fine salt over the freshly fried chips. In with our second batch. So we got 3 batches of frying chips here. in the plans. And then we got the onions after that. And then we're basically wrapping everything together. I gotta add cheese to our bechamel to turn it into an actual bechamel, but nice. Last batch of tortilla chips going in. Dope. Royal Family cooking stream. Does that include Diana or no? Gouda. It's Gouda stuff. Get off of your plastic. And peeling the wax off of the sides here too. Well, I forget the chips in the oil. They're okay. What? I thought the UK was great at stealing Indian food. Everything in food is stolen. Like, you study the... Uh-oh. Time for me to go to bed. It's all stolen, chat. If you look at ketchup. Ketchup is just people trying to imitate fish sauce. So is Worcestershire. So we'll add cheese to our bechamel since we're into our last 30 minutes here. Get that all melted in here with this deliciousness. I'm going to add a bit more liquid to that. Loosen it up a little bit. And just to cheat things, in case this Gouda doesn't want to melt very nicely, we'll add in a slice of American. Alright, let's start building. Let's start building. Columbus Day? Yeah, it's a day in the US. You have, I forget what it is, but there's like National Indigenous Day or something along that line that's the same day. And so you have like the Italians, the true Americans, and the Native Americans all sort of clashing with each other all on that same day. Well, the Indigenous Day was sort of like a response to the Columbus Day. It's a much more modern thing. Alright, so nachos gotta have cheese, right? Oh, let's go with the full view for everyone here of the cheese pour. And then we have our barbecue pork. And this is going to go in the oven just like this. Firm those chips up a little bit. And while that's in the oven, I need to sift these. We're gonna fry some onions. While those are there and that's there, I think it's time for another one of these. Finish out the last puny half-melted piece of ice here I got in the house. Bit of this stuff. And a bit of this stuff. Cheers, chap. Fine salt. What did I do with you earlier? I saw you already once today. Where did I hide you, Trivet? Oh, there you are. Okay, so now we wrap things up here, chat. We have the rest of our nachos go over the top of that. Now we've got our Tomatillo salsa. I think I'm going only with the tomatillo and the nachos. We'll hit the regular ones for whatever else around the house. We have our pickled onion, quick pickled onions. We got good sour cream. Gotta get the Strauss. I think we'll do the fried onions. Come on, Watch. Work for me. Let me know what time it is. Ooh, we still got some time to chill. A little drizzle of our homemade barbecue sauce. Grab some photos here. I didn't even show everyone all my cameras in the house. Hi, chat. off, 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 everything off. So, any questions, anyone? I've been sitting here talking away and not really, what can I tell people about myself, my stream? What do you need to know, chat? All you lovely people out there hanging out with me tonight. I do not. I am a fan of both cats and dogs. Used to have 2 cats as a kid growing up. I'm allergic to both of them though. I was allergic to them as a kid when I had them in the house and still suffered through it. And so I do not have pets anymore. I would love to have pets, but allergies. Yeah, if I could deal without allergies, I would definitely have them. Oh, it's quite alright. I've considered several other pets too over the years that I just haven't pulled the trigger on. Like, I love chinchillas, and I would love to have a chinchilla, but it's also they're 15, 20 plus year commitment, and so I don't know what my plans are for the next 15, 20 years are. Sort of wish I did. Wouldn't that be nice? Plan the next 20 years out and not have any problems with that? But yes, unfortunately, cats and dogs and me don't get along too well. Make my eyes water and sneeze a lot. I pet dogs and my skin starts breaking out. But I love dogs. Like, yeah. But I am that guy because I'm allergic to them, and because I can't enjoy them, because I can't have the fun of having them. I get so irritated by people with fake service animals. Like, not only are they diminishing people with legitimate ailments that need helpers, and it's even worse. Like, when I was working in the farmers markets, those new in here, I have a mobile kitchen. I don't really use it. I've never really put it on stream, but I used to go to farmers markets and make products at farmers markets all the time. And so, like, we would get people coming into the farmers markets all the time. It would drive me so nuts. And I swear I haven't been drinking all night. As a vendor, as someone that's there selling things, you don't want to tell potential customers to get lost, that thing's going to make other people sick. I want to eat too, Ozzy, so I'm breaking into this, but yeah. Wow, that barbecue sauce is kicking. Who wants nachos now? Pictures, as always, I'll throw them up in the Creator Club, but also in my own Discord. I throw them up on Reddit. I throw them up on Blue Sky. SprinkleBot also is connected to Blue Sky. Automatically posts going live tweets for me. That's also be kicking too. Got a deep... That heirloom tomato must have some deep flavor to it, because it's like there's tomato paste in it. Got any bourbon fans in chat? So anyone know what we've got coming up here? What's the next things, and what's everyone making up and coming with the raid train? It's been a minute, but I drank a bottle of Blanton's on stream. Not all at once, but like over a month or so. We're done early, chat. Cheese sauce. Nice. Birthday cooking. That's fine with me, man. We're pretty much wrapped up here. I'm ready to enjoy my nachos. They came out looking lovely. I shall be back here on Sunday. Gonna be doing chili from scratch. Gonna be doing cornbread muffins with cheddar and jalapeno in my new cast iron muffin tin. What else we got coming up here soon? We've got So I guess we'll wrap things up. As I was saying, I will be back here on Sunday, 4:30 Pacific, so about 4 hours earlier than I started tonight, or all of you joined me tonight. Going to be doing chili. We've got... Let me get the raid started, set up here. Okay. So Sunday, I'm going to be back here doing chili. Monday, I am going to be back here doing heirloom tomato soup with grilled cheese. And then Wednesday, we have the ingredient challenge going on, the vote in Discord. It's between roasted garlic or Chex Mix rye chips. So if you'd like to have a say in what I have to use as an ingredient to make dinner and dessert, chat's choosing between roasted garlic or rye chips for dessert on Wednesday. Ooh. Thank you so much for joining in with me, everyone, tonight. This was a great fun. I enjoyed being a part of the raid train. I hope you all enjoy the rest of this raid train. It's going on for essentially 2 days from this point. 48 hours. Let's start the raid. Have a great night, everyone. Have a great weekend. Go out, have some fun. Good night. Night chat.